So I was never a small person. I mean, even when I was young, I was always the biggest one or the second biggest one or thereabouts. So no, I never got into a fight when I was a kid. My brother, fine, but we had it restricted to just body shots. So that would leave no evidence for getting in trouble later on. So as I aged and became painfully aware, that I didn't know how to fight. I didn't know what to do in a fight. I didn't know if I should swing really big or hit small or turtle or whatever people do when met with some aggressive force. But it didn't matter because I was usually one of the bigger people. But one day, I learned, sadly, that I got cheated on. It was, of course, as you can imagine, first girl I ever fell in love with. Her name is Helen. I call her Hell. And Hell, she was an actress, and so she was really, really good at making me think that I was wrong, that she didn't, in fact, anyway. It was her best friend, Britta, like the water filter. Britta told me, Britta's one of those people that we all know that's like really, really, really smart, but really, really, really stupid. And through talking to Britta, it was one of these moments when I said, oh man, Hell and I were talking, and and she's like, oh my God, she told you? And I knew that something was really, really wrong. So I learned she cheated on me. And my friend, God bless him, I called him up and I said, Graham, I got cheated on. He's like, Stevie boy, are you okay? I said, not this time, Graham. And he came down. The guy came all the way from Montreal to Guelph, Ontario, where all this takes place. And as a good friend, he brought a single guy package for like newly broken hearts. It had like a bottle of scotch. It had a bunch of condoms and nudie magazines and stuff like that. And I was really happy about all that. And so we go out, which is what you do when you just get your heart ripped out and you're like, okay, I'm all right. I'm okay. Find somebody else. This will work out just fine. And so we're sitting there, and I'm feeling like a big pile of shit, so I don't talk to any girls at all. I'm just like, oh my God, this is so terrible. And then Jeff walks by. Jeff's the other guy. And I say, Graham, that's the guy. And Graham's a boxer. He's this big Bermudian boxing guy. And he's like, that's it. And he stands up. I'm like, no. I got an idea. So we knew where he was going because it was 80s night, and that's where this fucking guy always went. And he went to 80s night. I should point out that this bastard my girlfriend cheated on me with this guy to a Renaissance festival. And who is I dating? Anyway, so he went to a bar called The Underground, and if anyone's ever been to Guelph and they had the misfortune of going to The Underground on 80s night, they realize that it's down, it's got the name because it's under the ground, it's a basement, and you go down the stairs. And this guy has the gall to walk up to me. I'm 6'5". Little Jeff's 5'10". I get to say little. That's pretty tall. But he's standing up, and I've never been in a fight in my entire life. And he's standing wherever that is, and I get as big as I can, pull up my chest. And he's like, hey, man, where's Helen tonight? I'm like, oh, she's not here. He's like, where is she? He's like, well, we broke up. Oh, it's too bad. Oh, what happened? I'm like, actually, it's got a lot to do with you. And I'm poking him in the chest. This is like my fighting. This is as good as it's ever gotten for me in my entire life. I am in a fight. But all that scotch and the nudie mags, I guess, got it. The blood flowing enough that I got all cool on Jeff. I got a plan for you, buddy, in my head, I'm thinking. And I say, Jeff, The face, the stomach, or your girlfriend? He's like, what are you talking about? And I said, I'm either going to punch you in the face, I'm going to punch you in the stomach, or I'm going to tell your girlfriend everything that happened between you and old Hellbag and fuck up your relationship. And he does this classic guy thing, you know? He does this. Looks me dead in the eye, and he says, the face. He called my bluff. I didn't know how to hit a guy. I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, on my feet. I had to think quick. I got to think quick. The moment's there. If I was Tony Soprano didn't exist at that point. But if he had, he would have had something planned out to what to do. I would have hit them both and then go and tell it. I don't know what I would have done. But I say, okay. Getting my cool back. And I say, all right, fine. But we can't do this right now. Your girlfriend's right over there, and she sees the whole thing, and you know that we'd all have to answer all these questions. And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man. That's really cool of you and stuff. And go have fun with your girlfriend while you still have her." I felt great. I felt like I didn't have to do another goddamn thing for the rest of my life. I had done what I needed to do to resolve the issue that I had for being cheated on, because it wasn't his fault. I didn't have an agreement with Jeff. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Don't sleep with my girlfriend. All right, put her there. And then we agree. No. So at the end of the night, this guy comes running across this bar. It had like these terrible black lights, so his little white shirt was glowing as he runs across. And he stands on up at one of the stairs, so we're eye level. And fucking guy just points to his jaw. I gotta hit him. Like, I can't. There's nothing else I can do at this point. If I walk, I'm like, oh no, I was just kidding. Don't worry about it. You know. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I reach back, and with every single thing I had, I swing, and I hit him. I did. I'm happy to report that I didn't miss. I didn't fall. I didn't. And poor Jeffy falls back on the stairs, and now we got all these bouncers coming over, and I'm like, oh, no, it's okay. We talked about this beforehand. Don't worry. I help him up. He helps him up. He's all bloody in the face. Did you hit me? And I'm like, yeah, I hit you. And he's like, is that it? Is it over? And I said, yeah, I guess so. You reached the end of the agreement. We did everything we said we would do. So I guess you're free to go. I've been telling this story for about, 10 years. Any chance I can get anyone talking about punching or fighting and stuff like that, I got a fight story. This is my fight story. And I just learned, I worked with Jeff's friend. I didn't know, never saw Jeff again. And I realized that I was telling one of his friends that we didn't know that we knew each other. And I'm telling him this big story of head, face, and stomach. And tell your girl how to punch him in the face. And she's like, oh my God, he's been telling this story from the opposite point of view. Said, yeah, man, I just stood there and said the face. And the one question that we both get asked the entire time is, why did you choose the face? And he just says, Houdini. Thanks a lot.